So if you head that way, you'll see this mine shaft. And this is actually a really huge shortcut. You can skip over the entire confinement facility itself.
Oh, really?
And head straight to the Vista Mansion from here.
Yeah. Well, actually, I didn't notice this when I first played at all. So I
Really,
went the official route, so to say.
The whole thing about people noticing, from the very beginning, I think there are a lot of paths where you can take either left or right.
Yeah.
Especially right after the power station, you have either the road or there's the forest path. And I think a lot of people tend to take the road because it's, really obvious. It looks like the path that you're supposed to take. And for people who take that path, they may not even see the salt pans at all. So, it really pays to explore and take a look around. Another good thing to do is actually backtrack. Once you come here and rescue the prisoners, if you want to get all the items, take the road back to the confinement facility.
Yeah.
And, there are some cool items back there as well.
Oh, multi-path.
Right. So, it's up to you. If you want to get through the stage as quickly as possible, say, you want to earn a certain badge for finishing the game within a certain amount of time, then you should probably take the shortcut and head straight to the mansion. But if you want to take the more complete route and gather all the items, then you can take the road heading to the right, and you can pick up some cool items there, like the M870, which is a shotgun that you can load with V-ring rounds to knock people out.
Okay, so we just picked up VSS. Can you explain a little bit more about the VSS?
Yeah, it's basically it's a silent sniper rifle, and it's basically just a really useful sniper rifle because you can take people out without them noticing you.
Okay. Anyways, in the mansion, there's a couple of points you want to
There's some
point out.
Cool little things. It's nothing that'll affect your game at all, but there's some hidden things in the mansion some fans might want to find. There's been posters in Metal Gears before with like swimsuit models and things like that. I think most notably people will remember them from Metal Gear Solid 2, 3 and things like that. If you go into Vista Mansion, there's one of a very popular Japanese swimsuit model, right?
Yeah.
What was her name?
Akina.
Akina, right? For people who want to see who Akina is, you can go into the Vista Mansion, and if you go in through the front door, take a right, there'll be some pictures on the wall. And you go ahead and shoot those pictures, and behind one of the picture frames, you'll see a hidden Akina poster. And so you can see one there. One there downstairs. Then also, when you head upstairs in the Vista Mansion, before you head outside on the second floor, there's a bed, and if you lay down on that bed and look up, there's actually an Akina poster on the ceiling right above the bed. So, so for people who want to know who Akina is, that's a good place to find out.
Well, also, if you recently come to Japan, she's really becoming really, really popular. So you'll see Akina all over on cover of magazines, famous TV programs. She's really, really popular now. So I think no doubt that you should check this out in the Vista Mansion.
People who want to know a little bit more about what's popular in Japan, who's popular in Japan. Okay, so one thing about these Akina posters, aside from being nice to look at, if Snake looks at them, just like looking at a Playboy, he'll recover some of his stamina. So, if you don't want to take the time to use an item, you can just stare at these posters and it'll help you out a little bit.
Yeah.
Definitely another reason to look at.
Look at her. It's just an excuse.
Oh, there's other magical thing about this Akina posters that Ken mentioned.
Right.
Yeah, this is very magical poster. That's because normally you shoot a gun and then you got the wall or this place got
like a bullet hole.
Bullet hole. But these posters, you're not gonna any.
You can't destroy them.
Right. Akina is all powerful.
Yeah, she's very powerful. And plus, you will listen to the Snake.
Right. Yeah. When you look at the poster, you'll say Akina.
Or
it's Akina.
It's Akina.
Yeah. So you can hear, I guess, an unusual line for Snake. When we were planning this stage early on, there was another shortcut that we were thinking of putting in earlier on after the power plant. There's the left path and the right path, and there's the road. One of the ideas that was being tossed around at that time was maybe you could sneak onto one of the trucks that was taking the road, and you could actually take a shortcut by climbing onto the truck and just riding along with those guys as they went into the Vista Mansion. But the problem with that, of course, is that it's a little bit too much of a shortcut. You bypass this whole area, so we decided not to do that. But this one is still here. This one is pretty good because it's hidden, you know, and I think if people don't free those POWs, it's kind of hard to find. Okay, so, you know, whether you take the path back to the confinement facility and get more items, or whether you take the shortcut, I think we'll wrap it up here. Either path you take, you'll eventually end up at Vista Mansion and continue on to the next stage.
Well, I kind of noticed, Sean, Ken, that there's differences. Of course, Japanese and English phrases are different, like names.
Yeah, names
like
is different.
Pronounced differently.
Right.
From Japanese, a famous one is probably Naomi.
Right.
In America,
Most people would probably say Naomi.
Naomi?
Naomi.
Okay, so Naomi and Naomi, most Japanese or people in Kojima Productions probably just pronounce it Naomi, which is a very Japanese way of saying it. Others like Otakon.
Right.
So the team members always says Otakon,
Otakon.
but American people
America
say
would be Otakon.
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 Right.
You know, like some character names are totally different. Like the character name from the Street Fighter 2, you know, Ryu
Right.
is a Ryu, right?
Right.
Ryu in English and Ryu in Japanese.
Yeah.
So do you guys have a problem to pronounce, you know, like Ryu sound?
I actually did. You know, before I learned Japanese, you know, I played Street Fighter and stuff, and I always said Ryu.
Oh, really?
Ryu.
It's just because in English, when you write R-Y-U, that's what you would say. You know, there's no U sound in English.
Oh.
You know?
Okay.
And so, like, unless you speak to somebody who speaks Japanese, or you listen to an example, I don't think anybody would think they're pronouncing R-Y-U as U.
Oh.
They would always say Ryu, because that's the way it would be pronounced. You know, one that's a big problem is actually Raiden. Because, you know, in Metal Gear, from the very beginning, there's voice acting, so they know it's Raiden. But most people, when they see Raiden written, they think it's Raiden.
Raiden.
And so, like, in other games, there have actually been characters named Raiden.
Oh, the fighting game,
Right, like Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat, yeah.
And most people always said Raiden.
Raiden.
Or even, like, the old shooting game, you know, Raiden. Right? People would always say Raiden.
Yeah.
So I think for Metal Gear, it's not so much a problem because there is voice acting, so people can hear, you know, the correct pronunciation.
Okay, that's another Kojima production terminology.
Yeah.
There's a famous one from Hideo Kojima himself, is when he talks about cameras. So FPS camera or the first-person view.
Yeah, first person.
But third person. Hideo calls it something totally different. He calls it the ass camera.
Ass camera.
Yeah.
That's a Ketsukame.
Ketsukame.
Right.
Ketsukame, that's he said.
Ketsu means yes, and kame is short for camera.
Camera.
So Hideo always says, you know, Ketsukame.
Yeah, I think that kind of threw me off when I first came to Kojima Productions, you know, because, you know, you can go to third-person view, and everybody was always saying, "Kids coming." What is it? Kids coming. You know, I knew what it was from context, but, you know, I wasn't sure why they called it, you know, this.
Well, it's because you could see the whole backside of the character. It doesn't necessarily you're not looking at this character's butt, but you could see the whole butt and everything.
Right.
I guess Hideo started to call it.
But you know, some people get confused because the kame is a shoulder word of the camera, right? But you know, the kame is also the turtle.
Yeah, that's right. Turtle.
Japanese, so the butt turtle.
Butt turtle.
Ass turtle.
Yeah. Ass turtle. What does that mean? Yeah,
I don't want to know.
It's another one. And also, a lot of people get confused about how we say the cutscenes.
Oh, yeah, that I actually mix up a lot.
Yeah.
You know, just because I've worked in a Japanese company for so long, I always say it the Japanese way, which is
Demo, yeah.
right? So you watch this demo, but in English, you know, most people say cutscene.
Yeah.
You know, and if you say demo, a lot of people are going to think it's like a demo of the game, like a trial version.
Version. Yeah.
Okay, what do we have planned for episode 6?
Okay, episode 6, we're going to jump to Europe, and we're going to do the stalking mission,
Yes.
which is one of my favorite sequences in the entire game.
This is very controversial.
It's a very divisive stage.
Yes. So make sure you tune in next time. So where's our meeting point?
Okay, so we'll just start from the beginning of the stage, basically. So go ahead and get to Eastern Europe, and you're going to have to track the resistance member as soon as you exit the train station, and we'll pick up from there.
Okay.
See you at the right after demo.
Right.
Yeah.
After that demo ends.
That means cutscenes.
Okay, thanks guys. See you next time.
See ya.
Bye.
Alright, that's gonna wrap up this edition of the Metal Gear Solid 4 Integral Podcast. Check back next time for more tips, tricks, and insider info on Metal Gear Solid 4. Brought to you by Kojima Productions and Hideo Kojima himself. Make sure to send in your comments to Hideo Blog. See you next time.